for boots.
And this stuff makes you feeling like you are inferior. You are Africans. You are beautiful. This time, no way. This time, no way. This time, no way. This time, no way. Hands up, Africa. Hands up, Africa.
Walk with Traoré.
Africa must unite.
Walk with Traoré.
Africa must unite.
This time, no way.
An eye for an eye.
This time, no way.
A boot for a boot.
This time, no way.
An eye for an eye.
This time, no way.
A boot for a boot.
Walk with Traoré.
Africa must unite.
Walk with Traoré.
Africa must unite.
Donald Trump got on a meeting just the other day and said even if we wanted to go into Libya, we can't because the situation has collapsed so bad, there is no more Libya. That is what the Western media has said. And that is what they want to do to Burkina Faso. Do not look and say this is Burkina Faso. It has nothing to do with Ghana. Because if they collapse Burkina Faso, it will spill over into Ghana. Make no mistake about it. So this is a test from God for everybody.
That's truth.
Because when Kwame and Nkrumah came, we are humans. We make mistakes. But we allowed the West to turn us against Assange. And we danced on top of his broken statues. And we celebrated when he was overthrown. He was all over the continent building what we know as the Casablanca Group, which was a Pan-African group, the first group to say United Africa now. And they put the Moravian Group to say, in the least time possible. Well, 60 years have passed. And now Ibrahim Traoré says time to continue what Thomas Sankara started. And they say, oh, not yet, not yet, not yet. We see that the Casablanca Group was right. And the Moravian Group was wrong. It is time for us to right our errors and our wrongs. There is plenty of reason for us to take this personal. Because Kwame Nkrumah is watching us right now. And he said, if you want to be free as Ghanaians, show me that you have changed.
Right now.
Show me that your mentality is different. It is our time. There is a new Casablanca group, and it is called the Sahel. And Chad is rising to join. Senegal is rising to join. And as this man, Ibrahim Traoré, survives, more will join. We have a president that says, I see Congo. And when I get things stabilized here, we go into Congo. How many African presidents have said that? We have a president that says, I see Sudan. And when I get things straight in Burkina Faso, we go to Sudan. How many African presidents are talking like that? So if we keep this man alive and protect this man with our lives, this man is setting the blueprint for the United Africa that Kwame Nkrumah always wanted. We must be willing to die for him. But we must also be willing to live for him. Make this message and make this name known all around. I should not speak to any Ghanaian that does not know who Ibrahim Traoré is. We should all know. Because he is us. And we are him. And my job as Hakeem Royce of Glue Nation, God, Love, Unity, and Enlightenment is to bring black diasporian investors and builders here from the West. But are we ready? Are we ready? Do we have control of our resources? Do we have sovereignty over our land? Or will the people continue to come and say, Africa's not ready yet? Maybe everything that the West and all of the narratives that the West has put out about Africa is true. We have to write our own story. We have to tell our own narratives so that diasporians will want to come back here. Plumbers, builders, infrastructure, people that would invest in the different sectors. They want to come. But they see the wars and they say, are we ready? They see what's going on in Ivory Coast with the Ivory Coast president training jihadists to go into Burkina Faso and overthrow Ibrahim Traoré.
Babylon.
In the West, Babylon uses these things to keep people from coming back and helping to build the continent. Let us show the world that we are ready for repatriation and that we are ready for the diasporians to come home. Tell these Babylonians to get out so we can make room for our people to come back. I am a slave that was taken 400 years ago, and I have returned, and more of us is coming. Let us show them that they are coming back to something better than imperialism, something better than subjugation, something better than slavery, which is all we have in America.
Yes!
Show them that we're building something here in Africa that they can't get anywhere else in the diaspora. In the words of Marcus Garvey, Africa for Africans. Africa for Africans. Africa for Africans. Africa for Africans. Ashe.
Africa must unite.
Walk with Traoré.
Africa must unite.
Hands up. Africa must be free. Hands up, Africa.
Africa must be free.
Walk with Traoré.
Africa must unite.
Walk with Traoré.
Africa must unite.
Hands up, Africa.
Africa must be free.
Hands up, Africa.
Africa must be free.
There's no free yet. And today's African Union Day is a great day to be out.
So today we've seen that Africa, they organized it, they are demonstrating today. What's the motive behind that? Because the last time people did that was some 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Today people are doing. What's the motive behind it?
It's the same motive. Colonization hasn't ended. France and America are still very much in African affairs. So we're going to keep doing this until we get colonizers out of our continent.
Okay, so what's your message that you're sending out?
Colonizers should leave. Simple, just leave our continent alone. We can handle our own affairs. We don't need them.
What about the president in Ghana here too?
What about him?
Yeah.
What about our president in Ghana?
Because I know that he's a friend to Ibrahim Traoré, and more about whatever that is happening, I really have seen that. So what message are you sending to him?
Well, our president is doing well. I have no message for our president. Our focus right now is on France to leave Africa, on USA to leave Africa, and for Traoré to know that we support him. That's my focus right now.
So we are one Africa. And Africans must understand that this flag I'm having over here, as a United States of Africa, this is our major flag, which most of us we don't know. And I'm using this one as a point of contact to urge our leaders that enough is enough in the land of Africa. We are capable of taking care or taking an affairs of our land. When you look at the natural resources of Africa, we are not supposed to be begging. When you look at the natural resources of Africa, our youth are not supposed to be dying on the desert. Our youth are not supposed to be dying on the Mediterranean Sea. But because of a good leadership we don't have, we are suffering in Africa. We are telling them from today as 25th of May 2025, as an African Union Day, we are urging our leaders to come together for the youth of Africa to have freedom. We are not doing this thing for Captain Ibrahim Traoré alone. We are doing to urge every leader in Africa that when you take a good decision for the land of Africa, the youth of Africa, we are ready to support you. The youth of Africa, we are ready to fight for you. This is not the time of Gaddafi. This is not the time of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. This is not the time of Thomas Sankara. This is not the time of Patrice Lumumba, DR Congo. That generation was sleeping, but this generation, Captain generation is not sleeping. Ibrahim generation, we are working to make sure we revive the continent of Africa. I am not ready to go and die in someone's land. I am not ready to go and be a slave in someone's land. I'm an African. If I want to travel, I should go to Tanzania. If I want to travel, I want to go to Namibia. If I want to travel, I want to go to Burkina Faso. If I want to travel, I want to go to Egypt. If I want to travel, I want to go to Lesotho. If I want to travel, I want to go to Ethiopia. These are the countries that we want to travel to, not to be dying because of America. When their leaders are coming to Africa, to come and pick the natural resource. Then the youth of Africa, we are begging to go and work on the same natural resource the leaders of Europe and America have come and gathered from the land of Africa. Our leaders, are they not tired of begging from the Western America? I watched a video of Donald Trump and Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, when the president was sitting like a child, when your own colleague president was speaking to you as his own biological son. It was very embarrassing to the continent of Africa. We are urging the leaders of Africa, they should take a decision, and we are ready to support them. We are ready to support them because we are the youth of Africa. We cannot fight for Americans. We can only fight for the land of Africa. Yes. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Yes. Enough is enough. Yes. Enough is enough. Yes. Donald Trump was playing an old video. A video that is happening in Congo. Millions of people are dying in Congo. They were not able to solve the solution in Congo. From 1996, the number of people who are dying in Congo after the World War II, there is no any deadliest war in the world today. Not Palestine, not Israel, not Russia, not Ukraine. It's in DR Congo. How many times our media broadcast anything from Congo? How many times did the media broadcast anything? What is happening in Congo? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Go to Sudan. Go and see what is happening in Sudan. I did not see what is happening in Sudan. Have they put it on their media before? I did not see what is happening in Congo. Have they put on their media before? Anything they want to say about Africa, when we have a good leader, whatever they want to.
Sorry. Mo sorry. Actually, say Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and the Wale Foundation. Na ka opese Africa ni nyina ye ka ye humbum. Ena Martin hu fo no omo ante ase. Ena omo atranketi sa process no. Ene ya banya leader bia ofri Burkina. Ejuma Nkrumah ntumi awie nu. Osi ebefa ni su na ya wie sa ejuma no. Nti ya nyina ye sorry. Yen sorry because omaya ye team no omaya na nche yensa ye penny phone nyina e dada ye japade aye omaya Ghana de naka eye se eye japade ma ye nyina no kosi broni eni niko fonu omo sisa japade ni nyina eko ena ya bre obanyim oko hospital baby obeda kura na ya asem nti ejuma we aya start ene no enye ade a ye nana ewie ye starting keke ye beye na akopim se Africa ni nyina no ya ji Africa e de ahye yesa o man Ghana japade ni nyina no ya ji japade no ebeye beneficial to o man Ghana.
Ushima leaders ye won as Africa Ghana ana yentimi ene abrofo ni fense ni yentimi nya bibia na say problem ben na wo free say Ghana yentimi ehwe japade a ye won eso
ye leaders there, excuse my language, make I say wenu penny phone munu mbe who say because maybe amuka so mo onyansa, but foolish people also grow old and they go old to become idiotic idiots. And the leaders are ewo my ene ntinu me ka say onu wenyi enchebia obewu oko emomunu who young ones no una okita oman no nti ye kura na ye fight sisi akura ne say ye ni benefit a ye ma ya dachi ye manu dachi nti na ye de ye fight nti ye sorry obian sorry me ba ha ene no na me expect say Ghana ni nyina be sorry be me who say bebre na kwa sorry sa jimienu na ye pese ye jai wo man we mu kosi broni kasa no oba e no onu ka kire o say ujapade nu wosoro o kire o say ujapade nu wosoro wa kasa wienu e na wu hwe osoro no e na onu sisa japade nu wo wase no nti no wake up Ghanaian, wake up sa jimienu asori dem no munjae na dia ye na ye o my Ghana de no to the benefit share of humanity Ghana. And when I say yeah, we nyami sumu and sana possible ni edu Africa. Ntinu. Share your olden way of nyami sumu no. Na yen sumu sa dada for no. Time I do say ya pamomu. Aja we yes started no. Me send warning to imperialists. Omubo Ghana kronu nyina say we are coming after you. Yeba the next when you say we are assembling in some of your embassies. Yeba ni agu yeba say ho because demonstration nakasano civil disobedience.
Why some
yeba ni agu disobedience civil disobedience. Me say yeba didi agu na yasandi agu asema message I sending in and say yampamu biom ewo yo man. Pack your things and leave our country. We want to develop in freedom. We want to develop in privacy. Here privacy say oh my Ghana no ebe kon enim. Nti here mu biomu. Nobody, not the security service can stop us. Yes, 30 way we will go all length to make sure say yaji oh my Ghana.
An injury to one is an injury to all. Work with Traoré. Africa must unite. Work with Traoré. Africa must unite. Work with Traoré. Africa must unite. Hands off Africa. Africa must be free. Hands off Africa. Africa must be free.
Also, in this day, in Addis Ababa, in 1963, Kwame Nkrumah was saying, or Sergeant Kwame Nkrumah was saying, We are not coming out for this room without one government, without one currency. Osadifo proposed the capital of Africa, Leopoldville, actually Kinshasa, as they are taking Kinshasa for capital for Africa. But none of my fathers no listen to him. Today we are calling for United States for Africa now. Now United States for Africa, and we are thanking the President Ibrahim Traoré and the General of Division Asmi Goita and the General Chani to be the starter of the United States for Africa. We are thanking them. Thank you, Mr.
Our people, we have to stand up.
Yes.
We have a big opportunity to stand up. We have a solid leadership in the Federation of Sahel states that are fighting against imperialism. This leadership has thrown military bases, French military bases, American military bases out of their countries, in Niger, in Mali, in Burkina. And so this is a very good sign, because military strategy presupposes political aims. According to Nkrumah, all military problems are political and all political problems are economic. So when we start throwing their militaries out, that means that now the economic interest is changing. We see that Kwame Traoré taught us that we must control both the material and the immaterial aspects of our lives. So first, we must control our own thinking. We must have independent philosophy. We must have independent ideology from our African culture, material conditions, and experience and consciousness. And with that independent thinking, now we're enabled to change our material conditions. We must take control of our gold. We must take control of our diamonds. We must take control of our oil. We must take control of our bauxite. We must take control of our lithium. We must take control of every single resource that is in Africa. All nature in Africa belongs to Africans. And we must take control over everything. Everything. This is a new wave of revolutionary struggle in Africa. This is a new wave of revolutionary struggle. We saw the Union of African States, the Ghana, Guinea, Mali Union, and they made a very serious and decisive effort to try to unify Africa. They put surrender of sovereignty to a unity of African states and territories in their constitutions, which was really profound to put that in the constitution. That makes all the citizens clear that our national sovereignties are subject to the unity and liberation of Africa.
Woo! Very important.
And this is
of Africa. I am here today to address you. Africa is the only continent who has never committed any crime in the world. We are not here to talk about history, though history guides us. This is a revolution, not a revolution of guns. I was a soldier myself. And I'm saying that this is a revolution of the people. Listen and listen carefully. Young ones, let's take the law into our hand. What did I say?
Let's take the law into our hands.
This is our time. All we want is everything that belongs to Africa must come back to Africa.
Africa for Africans.
Our natural resources must come back to us. Must be beneficial to the youths. Must be beneficial to all of us. Must be beneficial to Africans. So this revolution that we are talking about, it is not romance. It is not massage. Let's observe and make sure that when our leaders are there, no matter where you belong to, and they are not doing anything that is beneficial to you, make sure that you revolt. This is a revolution. There's no going back. And you must understand, it's not for anything that a young man is taking the lead. This is a youth day. We have not killed any whites. But today, I am telling you, if anything should happen to this man, any whites in Africa is not secure. If anybody has issue with what I'm saying, they should come for me. I am saying that we are the only people in the entire world that have not committed any crime. From slavery, chaining our forefathers, exploiting all our natural resources. We are saying that enough is enough. Enough is enough to our leaders who are puppets of the West. We don't need them. You, our leaders, I'm sending a message to you today. If you love the Western part of the world more than your country, get out of the country. I said get out of Ghana. Get out of Africa. We have come to stay. We are not going back. And every one of you here, take it to your house. Let's revolt against leaders who are puppets. Leaders who have made Africa, an extortion to the Western world. This must not happen again. Ibrahim Traoré, if anything should happen to him, the entire world will have to deal with us, the youths.
Hands off Africa! Africa must be free! Hands off Africa! Africa must be free!
So we are here today as an AU Day, not for joke. We are here to send a message to the entire world that we are ready for them. An eye for an eye, boot for boots. You kill one, we kill 10. You kill one, we kill 1,000. And no government of Africa can stop us. Because this is a revolution of the people. We are not going back. What belongs to Africa must belong to us. Years ago, I asked my wife whether it's possible for the whites to come and be, house girl and house boy, factory workers in Africa. She looked at me and she laughed. And I told her, from Abi Buboba. From Abi Buboba. And from Anabedu. And we must not let go. We must make sure that from Anabo in the entire of Africa. So that the total liberation of Africa is realized. So that the young ones, our young ones, do not die in the Mediterranean seas anymore. Let's take the law into our hand to liberate Africa.
Now.
And it is now. Let nobody deceive you.
Now.
Today, we are in Ghana, right?
Yes.
We have been given a kind of educational systems. The one that was abolished years ago. Our political leaders saw their children, they read O-level, A-levels. Isn't it? Yes. And when they finish, they continue outside. All the embassies you see around here. Let me give you one example. United States of America. Go to the embassy and see the number of departments they have there. I ask myself, what is the need? What is CIA doing in my fucking country? What is DA doing in my fucking country when they themselves finance opium in other countries? So I am saying that if we are to base every fight on leaders we have, we are not going anywhere.
No way.
Young ones, this is our time. Let's take the law into our hand and fight our fight. And no government, nobody can stop us. We are going forward ever, backward never. Viva Africa!
Hands up, Africa! Africa must be free! 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 Walk with Traoré! Hey, comrades, it wasn't that long a walk. Walk with Traoré! Africa must unite! Walk with Traoré! Africa must unite! Hands up, Africa! Africa must be free! Hands up, Africa! Africa must be free! That's one! That's all! That's one! That's all! That's Traoré! That's Traoré! That's Traoré! That's us! That's Ghana! That's Sudan! You go see! Comrades, we are sending a message to the world. Look at yourselves. Look at yourselves. You have all left your houses. You have come out to show the world that Africans are not sleeping. We are not sleeping. Africa must be free. So stand, comrades, and send your message. Let everyone hear that Africa will be free. This is our Africa. This is our land. And it will not be again.
Africa must be free in our lifetime. In our lifetime.
So comrades, live and
Nime name menegi mene hogba nima hogba name hogba okleje mawu mene woba ohie ake Africa jakumi bi ni won bi dromo mobo na le dromo kenile ye no ni shishiwoje like Africa odrowo shi mowe pimo kejira mo egba wona 400 years ago about more as slaves like a what? After 400 years, we fought back and we took our independence. Independence, I don't know what now. Before me, I'm a no gold, diamond, oil, timber, I'm a small. What I use, I'm a big corporation, I'm a control like resources. No, when you know, come and actually Traoré. Eteshi mletwaneno nekele eke emusuenyi shimo edomoshike ha emambi eneme blofo France ke blofo America ameka me no shishi ke blofo jianfe no amekele ntwa ene wa ntwa beteshi amewole won wo ke wo pene shipo ne be na adumo no na meke woni me kaka na council I no Rokepo Mangana can affect Jaku Africa fair because Ghana now independence 1957 the rest of Africa followed.
Lady Black Star.
Yes, which is why we had the All African People's Conference in 1958. Oh no, no. Okay, Nico Blabondi. Ne lead liberation struggle modern day Ghana before Gold Coast. Nico Blabondi. Ama Nkrumah. Ne challenge here. Kede de askishame. Okay, one page fight. Never wow. Never wow. Never wow. Let's catch one. What make this no? Let's catch one. Men make this no. Try. No man. Try. No man. Try.
Comrades, if you can see behind you the podium with the unknown soldier, can you step back? This is so that you can be captured for posterity's sake. So move back behind you, comrades behind you. Move back. Thank you, comrades. Thank you.
Because there was no media to inform them about whatever our good leaders are doing. Today we have the media. We are not listening to BBC. We are not listening to the CIA. We are not listening to the CNN for them to come and give us fake news about good leaders in Africa. This time around, we are not sleeping. And we are telling them enough is enough. We are sending a warning to African leaders. They should remember 1963 in Ethiopia. The capital city of Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. Usajifo Kwame told them, if we live here as a leaders, and we don't have the United States of Africa, our children are going to continue to suffer. Our generation are going to continue to suffer. Because they were not able to listen to Osaji for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, we are suffering and seeing it today. But we are telling them that with the help of Captain Ibrahim Traore, with the stand of the youth of Africa, that when you touch Captain Ibrahim Traore, you touch the youth of Africa. When you touch Captain Ibrahim Traore, you touch the soil of Africa. We are not sleeping this time. I was so much disappointed when I see Donald Trump speaking to Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa. He's speaking to the president as his own biological son. And I said, how dare you, Donald Trump, to speak to an African leader? When you come to the land of Africa, you pick the natural resource of our land. Before we arrive, we come there to come and suffer in your own land. Because our African leaders were not able to take a decision on their own. When the man was sitting down, I was crying on my eye. Donald Trump is not older than Ramaphosa. That 72, 78. The range is only what? 6 years. So can you speak to your own colleague president as your own political son? No. Because we keep on having puppets in the land of Africa as leaders. So that our leaders were not able to take a stand. If you cannot take the stand, Captain have come out that I will take the stand that you were not able to do. So just give me your support and we are going to have the freedom as a continent. There is nothing now we need from them. We have the gold, we have the diamond, we have the oil, we have the uranium. Our youth are still dying on the Mediterranean Sea because of white-collar job. Our youth are still dying on the desert because they want to go and work in another man's land. Enough is enough. For the land of Africa, enough is enough. We must unite.
Without wasting my time, we have so many speakers today. We have protocol here we want to observe. We would like to call on AAPRP. Are they? AAPRP. The representative. AAPRP. Yes. Honorable Ade, yes. We need your presence here. Please, let's create space for the speakers. Yes. If we have any medical professional here, we need your assistance. Please advance. We need your assistance. Yes. Yeah, come. Chaboy! Chaboy! Africa, say yay! Africa, say yay! Africa! Chaboy! Okay, so my name is Nitete. I'm representing the All African People's Revolutionary Party. This is Kwame Nkrumah's own party. It is the party that we need in our current political dynamics. All right? It's a party that we need in our current dynamics. If you see in front of my shirt, I have Jeunesse Liberation Africaine. I was in Burkina Faso 2 years ago on a day like this, the 25th of May. To organize with the Burkina Faso people on the Day of African Freedom and Emancipation. So we have been on the grounds and we know what is going on, and we say that this is Africa's type. And so the AAPRP, which is a mass-based political organization, anti-imperialist, anti-capitalist, all right, is here. The anti-negative is here to lend support to Ibrahim Traoré and the Sahel states, all right? Where we are now, it is time for Africa to take back its resources. Because Nkrumah says that Africa can no longer trust in anybody than itself and its resources, all right? So the gold
the diamond and all of those resources that are due to us must come to us. We must own it, we must control it as a people. All right? We only get 3% in gold reserves in Ghana here. The oil is only 13%. The 87% is going to those big corporations outside. This is what Traore is trying to avoid. And America, France, says they don't want to accept that. But it's a lie, because we are here to support Traore in full support. There is a research that France, without its West African economies, will be less than a third world country. And yes, so we say, long live African freedom and emancipation.
Long live.
Forward to socialism.
Forward.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Cho boy! Cho boy! Cho boy! Cho boy! When Thomas Sankara started the revolution, it started with a message which the imperialists hated so much. The message was in French. So he always goes like, Les impérialistes. Then, okay, my people are here, so just follow them for me. Les impérialistes. Les impérialistes. Les impérialistes. La révolution. So when Thomas Sankara said, Les impérialistes, it means the imperialists. Then the people always respond, I'm back. So it means that the imperialists should go down. And he will shout and said, the revolution, which is la révolution, then the people will shout en haut, which means that the revolution should go up. The imperialists should go down. So, les impérialistes, la révolution, la révolution. So, he always ends his speech with la patrie ou la mort. And then the people will respond, nous vaincrons. It means that homeland or death, we will conquer. So if I say la patrie ou la mort, you shout, nous vaincrons. La patrie ou la mort? La patrie ou la mort? Yes, so this is the message that imperialists hated so much, to the level where they have to take the man down. And today, it is not a surprising thing that this message is alive today in the mind of everybody and on the lips of everybody. Which means that if you take one man down, you are going to have 1,000 people rising up, speaking the same message. The message that they stopped, the message because of which Gaddafi was murdered through the CIA, Obama, United States, with collaboration with the African Union and co. This same message is alive today, telling them that Africa is for Africans. The resources of Africa is for Africans. It does not belong to the United States. It does not belong to France. It belongs to Africa. And our leaders, since they have become so afraid of dying for the people, Ibrahim Traoré now put his life in the line, standing for his people. And we are ready to stand by Ibrahim Traoré. We are ready to stand by the revolution. We are standing by the revolution. And let me put this on record. Let me put this on record. What is happening in Burkina Faso, to all media houses, together with the traditional media house, the Western imperial media houses, we are saying that what is happening in Burkina Faso is not coup d'etat, it's revolution. What is happening in Burkina Faso is not coup d'etat, it's liberation. It's leadership for the people and by the people. What African Union failed to do for the past so many years, one man, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, was able to do that by uniting Africa without calling meeting with anybody. We never had any conference. We never met in any conference room, but all of us, we are here today. Last time we did a protest, 30th, right? Yes. Nobody, Captain Ibrahim Traoré did not call for that protest, but we saw BBC posting it and putting it in the article that Ibrahim Traoré systematically organized that protest, which is a lie. We are telling them that it is the time, the season, the movement that called for the protest. At the same time, it is the time, the season, and the movement which is putting on this gathering. This gathering you are seeing here, as somebody says, it's not a contract. Nobody contracted us. We came on our own because we understand what is happening in the Sahel. What is happening in the Sahel
is the rebirth of Africa. And African youth, we cannot allow it to go down. Because at the end of the day, if the revolution in the Sahel goes down, Africa will never rise again. They will make sure that the place is completely destroyed, like what is happening in Congo. If ECOWAS and African Union, they have something to do when it comes to liberation of Africa, they should not channel their energy towards, Ibrahim Traoré, the Sahel. They should channel their energy towards Sudan. They should channel their energy towards Togo. They should channel their energy towards Congo. That is where the people need true liberation. The Burkinabe people, the Sahel people, they are already awakened. So African Union and ECOWAS, do your homework because the youth are not with you. Respect. Forward ever! Forward ever! Forward ever!
It seems that everywhere I go, no matter where I'm at, where there's a gathering with revolution and freedom and liberation, somehow I'm called. And I always answer. And the reason I answer is because of our ancestors and our people, the masses of the people. Whenever they call, if you're a revolutionary, you have to answer. If you're a revolutionary, you have to answer. And Ibrahim Traoré is calling us now. The people of Burkina Faso is calling us now. I had the privilege to be in Burkina Faso in 1986, and I met Thomas Sankara. And I was there and I felt the energy of what a revolution actually is. It is not necessarily about picking up guns. It's about training yourselves politically, educationally, so that you can understand who the enemy is. And our enemy is U.S. imperialism. Our enemy is neo-colonialism and French imperialism. Our enemy is British neo-colonialism. And we must constantly organize ourselves. Kwame Nkrumah said, organization decides everything. If you're not organized, you can't decide anything. So I tell you, I beg you, man, Pacho, get in some organization so that you can unite with the rest of the organizations here in Ghana so that we can get rid of neo-colonialism in our country. Organize yourself on a continental level, on a regional level, to get rid of neo-colonialism inside of West Africa. Reduplicate or duplicate what we see in Burkina Faso right now. We want Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger to come together and form a socialist government. We cannot be afraid of socialism. We cannot shrink when we ask for socialism, because what socialism does, it tells us that all the resources in our country belongs to everybody. Our Constitution tells us that the president has trust, or that the resources are in trust of one man. We want that changed in our 1992 Constitution. That's something that we can do right now. When are we going to do it? Now. When are we going to do it? Now. When are we going to do it? Now. Change the Constitution so that the resources belong to everybody. And if you do that, you have made a step towards humanity. You've made a step towards the liberation of our country, and you've made a step to the total freedom and unification of Africa under all African Union socialist government. Thank you very much. And freedom! Freedom!